be the X Factor, and he was. How are you, big man?
Doing good. How are you all?
Doing well, doing well. Big win. Talk about your role and talk about this win. 72-61 over Wise Central.
Always a great win whenever you get a win over Wise Central, of course. Like being from Gate City and everything. And tonight my role was just get boards and get them to our shooters so they could make some buckets. And other than that, clean up some shots, help them out on the boards.
You talk about playing Wise Central. You all don't lose to Wise Central, so anyway, it's 23 in a row. All right, so what is your thoughts after you all came out after that long injury layoff? You know, you were up 7-0, all the emotion in the world. They kind of came out and took it a little bit away from you. What was some of the things that helped you all to sort of persevere and move forward?
Coach just telling us, hey, keep your heads, forget about what happened, put it in the past, go next play, which that was our motto from camp a few years ago, was go next play, and we live by that, is go next play. Forget about what just happened, have short-term memory, and go on.
How much of a lift to have number 23 out there with you again?
It feels good to have Zach out there, just even warming up with us again. It just it feels good. It feels like the team slowly getting back together, one piece at a time.
Again, you don't know who you're going to play next week, probably Wednesday night. What are some of the things that you think as a team you all may need to tweak and get ready for the regional tournament?
Always got to make defense happen on nights, and so just keep working on our defense during practice and working on just helping out on D and anything like from help to just anything really. Just defense is key.
After this game, are you a little bit tired?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Well, I was going to ask you, John. It looked like you all were taking some pretty good hits underneath the basket. Was it as bad as it looked from up here?
People normally say basketball is not that physical of a game, but it can be as physical as you want it to be.
As a Detroit Piston fan,
that's a political answer there.
Again, like I said, big win for you all. Congratulations. Let you get in there and celebrate with your team and your family. We'll talk to you again next week.
Hey, thank you all.
We'll follow you all the way to Richmond.
Thank you all.
All right, buddy. Thanks so much. Again, that's John Sally of the victorious Gate City Blue Devils. So, 72-61. Again, big win. Chris, we got 4 days. We've traveled some miles. We've called some games. And we've still got 2 more on our 5-day run tomorrow as it ends up as we'll be back in Wise Central.
Well, like I said last night, I've spent more time with you this week than I have my wife.
And I apologize to her on the air about that.
I think she may be happy with that.
So anyway, but again, want to say thank you to all the supporters, everybody that has helped to make this a reality. It's been a lot of fun. It really is, and really enjoyed this. And again, this is all for the listeners, for the parents, and for these kids. We want to celebrate them, and you just have to feel good if you're a Gate City Blue Devil tonight.
You really do, and I really didn't have any ties to Gate City until you asked me to help with this, and everybody's been real welcoming. I've really enjoyed doing this. It's an absolute blast. I'm looking forward to every game. We kind of hinted at halftime before we went to commercial and then forgot to mention this. If we could brag a little bit, we picked up a little international following.
We have, as we do track where our listeners are, and again, we can follow how many are listening to us. We actually have had 14,800 some odd different listeners at some point this year. Not all at the same time, but unique listeners to our station somehow, some way. We are now in 8 countries around the world. We're in the United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, I believe in
the Netherlands,
you saw that. France, and the United Kingdom,
Malaysia,
and Japan. So we've got listeners. Now, I don't know if it's through our app, and we do want to say thank you so much, Virginia Farm Bureau. You've helped us support our app. And again, we've tried to get the iOS 1 launch, but that's kind of been a little bit of a drag in terms of getting everything squared away with that. But anyway, that's coming out soon. But again, it's up for Android, and want to thank to hundreds of you that have downloaded it. Again, we can track that as well. So, and if you haven't, spread the word, because, again, we'll be back on the air tomorrow. Chris will be at Wise Central High School.
Do you think they'll let us in?
I don't know. When we walk in, there may be some looks. There may be some, I don't know what may happen. And you never know what may happen with us. So
you're driving, right?
I'm driving, and my car may be on blocks after it's over with. But, again, our Lady Devils, the JV girls, go to take on Union in the JV championship game. That game at 4:30 tomorrow. If you don't have anything to do, make sure you head out and support the young ladies again.
We may need a ride back home.
Very true, very true. Then, after they're done, our varsity girls hit the court. They'll take on Ridgeview. A lot at stake in that ball game. A win for Gate City locks up the number 2 seed out of this district, which would give us a home game next week. Ideally and tentatively, that game will be on Tuesday. Could be against Lebanon, could be against Virginia High, or another team out of the Southwest District. So,
and Joe, there's a bright spot of hope with that game coming up tomorrow. The girls beat Ridgeview on an away court, and that's kind of the situation they're going to be coming up against. So that's a very winnable game tomorrow.
Of course, for all those that listened last night and don't know exactly the status of Kate Pendleton, she turned her ankle last night. I think she's in a walking boot now. She's probably going to be out. So the ladies will be down one key player in that ball game. So
I wanted to ask her if she could run up here so we could interview her real quick, and Joe talked me out of it.
Well, maybe we could take the computer down there to her. So, but again, like I said, congratulations to our Blue Devils, to our JV Blue Devils, again, for a great season. They finished second in the district. And again, as Union knocked off John Battle in the opening game of the the varsity slate of games tonight. So, Chris, final thoughts as we sign off.
My throat's sore, my heart's racing. This was fun.
A lot of fun, again, and we want to say thank you, everyone, for taking the journey with us. For Mr. Carr, this is Joe Carter. Again, thank you so much, everyone. You've been listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports on a victorious night in Gate City, Virginia. This is Gate City Sports Radio. You heard.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. Sports Radio.